Starting a business means juggling a lot, and not just what customers see. There's operating agreements, compliance filings, and legal paperwork that all make up your business identity. That's a lot to manage on your own. Start your business with Northwest Registered Agent. They help you get more for your business, more privacy, more guidance, and more resources. Northwest has been helping small business owners launch and grow their businesses for nearly 30 years. They're the largest registered agent and LLC service in the U.S., with over 1,500 corporate guides, real people who know your local laws and can help you every step of the way. With Northwest, privacy is automatic. They never sell your data, and they give you free tools like operating agreements, meeting minutes, and thousands of how-to guides. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. Visit northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD-free and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD-free. This is Optimal Finance Daily, 4 Tips to Fast Track Wealth by Dahlby of DawnDahlby.com. We all tend to be creatures of habit, and many of us would prefer to follow our usual routines each day rather than having to deviate due to unexpected challenges. When faced with change, either through transitioning seasons, career moves, or other circumstances, many of us may start to feel anxiety and fear creep in. We aren't comfortable with getting uncomfortable. Much like the changes to our routines throughout the year, changing market dynamics and alterations in our investment plans can make it hard to see the positives of change in our financial plans. Our plans may become clouded by things like inflation and poor performance for a period, but we need to know how to continue with our growth and progress despite the short-term challenges we may experience. Change in any category of life removes the 3 things we so often lean on for security: predictability, reliability, and timing. Altering these characteristics, even for just a brief period in our lives and our finances, can cause some unease. So how can we eliminate the feelings of uncertainty specifically surrounding our finances during seasons of change? Evaluating income. Most people probably think that the right income for them would simply be more income, especially when their investment portfolios may not be performing to the highest standard. However, the reality is, if we don't properly manage what we have, gaining more isn't helpful. Having more money doesn't change the mindset or behaviors behind our current financial status. So the notion of needing more isn't necessarily required to improve the quality of our finances. Instead, what's needed is an in-depth analysis of how our finances are organized and utilized to create an optimal spending plan. The place to begin is with our income. Our income from our careers should allow for savings, cover our monthly expenses, and lend to some flexibility in spending around our core values. If the income being brought in doesn't do so, the option is to find something that provides more income or increase our skills to better position ourselves for negotiating a pay raise. While this decision isn't easy, it may be necessary to relieve uncertainty during seasons of change. Besides the obvious financial need, we also need to evaluate if our careers are helping us meet our values and goals, or if they're holding us back. The benefits of a job should far exceed the number on our pay stub, so we need to be sure we're looking at the whole picture. There are more aspects to a satisfying career than a paycheck alone. Examine responsibilities or tasks required in your current position to determine if they're meeting your personal values and goals while utilizing your strengths and your abilities and talents. Determine if the income is fair compensation for the work being done and can provide the desired lifestyle if managed correctly. And evaluate whether the position offers the growth, flexibility, and opportunity to continue pursuing long-term goals, both inside and outside of work. Earning an income is the catalyst for experiencing either abundance or scarcity, so it's vitally important to be compensated fairly, which includes more than just a paycheck. But most importantly, our job should be utilizing our strengths on a day-to-day basis to provide fulfillment and eliminate feelings of unsteadiness or doubt. Create a spending plan. Once we've evaluated our income, creating a spending plan follows naturally. Developing such a plan requires a careful analysis for compatibility among all aspects of our finances and lifestyle. One's total worth includes their income, assets, debts, beliefs, purpose, strengths, values, and goals. It might seem like a lot, but when these pieces are aligned, it's much easier to see and pursue the vision of living wealthy. When these pieces are not aligned, for example, if someone's spending far outweighs their income, it'll be much more difficult to align their financial plan with their personal goals. Many times we spend too much time and money on things in life that provide little or no personal and/or professional value. We do this because we're attempting to fill an unmet need. We impulsively buy expensive and unnecessary items to meet our emotional needs because we feel insecure and fearful. Too often, our purchases still leave us wanting more and don't solve the underlying issues. Careless spending can hinder the growth of our personal and financial worth. A spending plan should highlight the areas where unnecessary spending is occurring and redirect those funds towards the things we value to better serve our true wants and needs, not our emotional responses. The best part, when we're spending in the right areas, it's guilt-free. Consider the following to decrease financial unsteadiness. Committing to a set contribution amount every month despite market fluctuations can make it easier to predict the future value of a portfolio. Setting up a systematic bank transfer removes the need to remember to transfer funds manually and eliminates the possibility of forgetting to save on a regular basis. And regularly setting meetings with an advisor to monitor and make changes in our financial plan where necessary. A spending plan should be predictable, reliable, and timely. The 3 things that we rely on for security. Invest in yourself and your future. Many people hold tight to their money because they believe there isn't enough of it, or they think having more money will guarantee happiness. However, our wealth is only limited by our beliefs, and our happiness should never be reliant on our bank account. Investing our time and money into things that will help us achieve our personal and financial goals is the most effective and efficient way to fast track our wealth, ultimately allowing us to create more alignment in all areas of our lives. Savings. Despite the amount of income earned, saving for the future needs to be a non-negotiable. Unfortunately, we can never fully anticipate what life will throw at us. So creating a cash reserve for emergencies can minimize a large majority of our fear and unease during seasons of change. Investing. Determining goals, both short and long term, can help guide our investment strategies. Taking advantage of programs such as company match programs for retirement can accelerate our progress. Having the help of a qualified financial advisor can help us to greatly increase the rate of results. Stay focused. Life's responsibilities, a lack of commitment, and any number of fears can tear us away from what we truly desire in life. Having a plan with reasonable milestones can help us regain confidence, even during seasons of change. Creating security and organization in all areas of our lives, including our finances, can be simplified to these 3 things. Creating a solid plan that will withstand unforeseen circumstances, continuing with regular accountability regardless of progress, and evaluating whether our values and goals are being met through day-to-day activities. Building our wealth involves a commitment of resources, including our time and money. It's time to organize our finances and create and enjoy a life we love. You just listened to the post titled 4 Tips to Fast Track Wealth by Dahlby of DawnDahlby.com.
This episode is brought to you by CarMax. Want to buy a car the easy way? Start at CarMax. Want to browse with confidence? Get pre-qualified with no impact on your credit score and shop within your budget. From luxury to family rides, CarMax has options for almost every price range, including over 25,000 cars under $25,000. Want to get started? Head to CarMax.com for details and get pre-qualified today. Want to drive? CarMax.
Imagine you're a business owner who has to rely on a dozen different software programs to run your company. Each one is expensive, overly complicated, and worst of all, none of them are connected. Now imagine a platform that could tackle all of your business management needs in one place. That platform you're imagining? It's Odoo. Odoo has all the programs you'll ever need, and they're all connected on a single, simple, easy-to-use software, giving you peace of mind that your business is always being taken care of from every angle. Odoo assists in accounting, marketing, inventory, HR, CRM, manufacturing, and everything in between through its user-friendly interface and open source applications. Basically, if your business needs it, Odoo's got it. Odoo sounds pretty amazing, right? So stop wasting your time and money on those expensive disconnected platforms and let Odoo harmonize your business with simple, efficient software that can handle everything for a fraction of the price. It doesn't get much better than that. So what are you waiting for? Discover how Odoo can take your business to the next level by visiting odoo.com. That's ODOO.com. Odoo, modern management made simple. This article made me think of a quote from the Financial Panther, who said, "My ability to save doesn't have to do with willpower or self-control. Instead, it's all about the systems I have in place to make my pool of money look as small as possible," end quote. I think this reiterates one of the key things to understand about money management. It all boils down to habits. Your habits surrounding how you spend and save money are much more impactful than the knowledge you may have about how money works. And automating your saving, budgeting, and investing is a great way to solidify those habits. For me, I set up some automation outside of my retirement contributions only after I had developed some healthier financial habits. When I was first getting control of my money, I logged into all of my accounts every 2 weeks when I got paid to monitor my spending, pay bills, and throw money at my debt. I could have automated my bills, for example, but I wanted to force myself to engage with my budget and foster more awareness around my money. Once I got a handle on it, I automated everything, and now I just check in once a month to calculate my savings rate and monitor for fraud. I share this because while I think automating is a powerful tool, it'll be less useful the smaller the gap is between your income and expenses. When that gap is small, that's the time to pay close attention. And a great way to increase the gap is continually growing awareness around your spending and making adjustments. If you automate savings, for example, but then need to raid your savings account due to overspending, that automation is less impactful. And that should do it for today. Have a happy rest of your day, and I'll see you on the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.